Hello, my name is Daniel. I'm a professional actor living in Lethbridge, a creative and resilient little city nestled into the coulees amidst the vast prairie landscape of Alberta. This city, its people and views have stolen my heart over the years, much like the works and words of a certain poet, William Shakespeare. Welcome to Thy Bard Shakesonnet, where I sit down with a handful of local Lethbridge artists like myself to both shake down and shake up a handful of Shakespeare's age-old sonnets. Each artist and I will discuss a single sonnet over the course of an episode before creating our very own in the next.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
In this episode, we are shaking up none other than William Shakespeare's 104th sonnet. But we needn't do so alone. Oh no. Please join me in welcoming Victoria Nestrovich. Thank you so much for being here with me again today, Victoria, and thank you to everybody tuning in. I do want to take a moment to acknowledge that we are on Treaty 7 territory, which is also home to Métis Nation Region 3. So, yeah, stanza 1, lines 1 through 4, we made it a light blue. Do you remember why?
Yeah, it felt blue to me.
Right on. So, line 1 of the original with 10 syllables, it reads, "To me, fair friend, you never can be old." Great. And this will set our A rhyme. So what direction do you think we should go in for our first line of our first stanza?
You know, maybe instead of to me, for me. For me, my love, you can never age.
You can never age?
That's 9.
What about, for me, my love, you avoid age so well?
I like it. Let's do it.
So let's move on to line 2 of the original stanza 1. So with 10 syllables, it reads, "For as you were when first your eye eyed." It will set our B rhyme for line 4 later. But yeah, what stands out to you in this line? Where do you think we should take ours?
The first time, that they saw them, so that love at first sight idea.
Yeah.
So since the first time I saw you, because first sight almost feels like...
Okay. Beautiful since the first time I saw you.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
Sure.
kind of simple, just stating it.
Beautiful since the first time I saw you.
Let's jump into line 3. So with 10 syllables, it reads, "Such seems your beauty still, 3 winters cold." Where do you want to go with our third line?
Yeah, and we have to rhyme with well as right.
We do, yes. It's part of our A rhyme.
Even through... I'm thinking cold, like another word
harsh,
for cold.
cold,
Yeah,
harsh.
even through the harsh winter.
Did you know the coldest temperature recorded in Lethbridge between 1938 and 2023 was negative 42.8 degrees Celsius?
In the harsh winter.
Yeah, I like
in
that.
the harsh winter.
And that's 10?
Yes.
That's 10?
Yeah.
Okay. And that's sitting good for you?
Yes.
Great.
We'll keep it.
Great, let's dive into line 4. So with 10 syllables, it reads, "Have from the forests shook 3 summers' pride." So yeah, this will complete our B rhyme. Where do you want to take the end of our first stanza?
Right.
Sorry.
And we have to rhyme with you.
We do, yeah.
Slew.
Do, slew,
Do,
adieu,
Yeah, adieu. Yeah.
grew.
The cycle of seasons, so that's 6, right? The cycle of seasons
Yeah.
we have been through.
Ooh.
You could say, I'm under your spell, the cycle of seasons.
Through the cycle of seasons, we are true, or we hold true,
Yeah, we hold true, or our love is true.
our love's true. Yeah? That works for you?
I think so, yeah.
Great. Let's hear that all together and make sure it sounds good to us. For me, my love, you avoid age so well. Beautiful since the first time I saw you. In the harsh winter, I'm under your spell. Through the cycle of seasons, our love's true. Awesome. So diving into stanza 2 here, lines 5 through 8, we made it green. Do you remember why?
Well, the end of this stanza says the word green, so
For
that
sure.
really brought it to me. But I think it's the idea of like this fresh and new, regardless of all these things that they've been through. And yeah, I think that was why I wanted to use green, because green is such a fresh and vibrant color. So
Absolutely. So let's hear the original line 5 with 11 syllables. It reads, 3 beauteous springs to yellow autumn turned. Awesome. And so where should we take our line 5? And this will also set our C rhyme for this stanza.
like the progression of time.
Ooh, what about the progression of time ever on your side? I don't know if that's less than 10. The progression of time ever on your side.
11.
Still one more, yeah. Although we do need 11 syllables in this line.
Oh, you're right. We do need 11.
So the progression of time.
ever on your side. Yeah. Yeah.
Does that work for you?
Yeah.
Great. Let's dive into line 6 from the original with 10 syllables. It reads, in process of the seasons have I seen. So where should we take our line 6? And this will set our D rhyme for line 8.
Over time, people sort of lose their looks or their beauty, right? So the author is sort of saying, well, normally, like, this is how it would go. So something like that, I suppose, a progression of time ever on your side when, and I don't know if we want to say normally or usually or
What about like for when for most or when for us?
Yeah,
Like,
when for most the toll.
ooh.
And I think toll is a good, maybe it might be nice to use at the end because it
Right.
takes its toll. So when for most the,
This enemy takes its toll. That's 10.
yeah, and time is the enemy.
I think so, because we mentioned it in the
The
previous
progression
one.
of time ever on your side when for most this enemy takes its toll. Sure. Okay.
Yeah, that reads okay.
Yeah.
So let's take a look at line 7 from the original. With 10 syllables, it reads, 3 April perfumes in 3 hot Junes burned. So this one has a lot of imagery in it, I find. Where should we take it, though? And this will complete our C rhyme.
Right. And we have to rhyme with side, hey?
Yeah.
The wildfires, smoke, because that's always horrible, right? The
Yes,
smoke.
it is. It's so bad. I mean, I don't know if this is the direction you're going, but yeah, like the idea of like smoking out, like
Yeah, the wildfires.
I have an idea. What if
Sure.
we just change that first word to when for most this enemy takes its toll, like wildfire smoke.
Suffocating our pride.
I love the imagery between the wildfire smoke and the perfumes and the burned in the original. I actually quite like it.
Okay.
So if it works for you,
It works for me.
Awesome. Great. Let's dive into line 8 here from the original. With 10 syllables, it reads, since first I saw you fresh, which yet are green. Awesome. And so this will complete our D rhyme. It will complete our second stanza here. Where should we go with this?
But for you, something remains the goal.
Yeah, we're kind of going against this smoke and this pride, and maybe that adds to their beauty in some way, that they kind of defy this.
Right.
This,
Yeah, does that work? But for you, defiance remains the goal?
oh, okay. Is that 10?
Yeah.
Great. Let's take a read of that all together and make sure it sits well for us.
Okay.
The progression of time ever on your side, when for most this enemy takes its toll, like wildfire smoke suffocating our pride. But for you, defiance remains the goal. Awesome. So, stanza 3, lines 9 through 12. I believe we gave it a pinkish color. Do you remember why?
I did because I think pink is a very lovey-dovey kind of color, but I
Right.
like your idea where it was like the rose-colored glasses.
Okay.
So yeah, I think that like this person writing the poetry is maybe wearing rose-colored glasses, right? They're seeing something that like potentially it's beautiful, but like, is it real?
Right. Is it real? Which ties into that idea of doubt towards kind of the end of this stanza for sure. But yeah, it kind of sows those seeds for sure. Right
Yeah.
on. Great. So let's take a look at line 9 from the original with 10 syllables. It reads,
Ah, yet doth beauty like a dial hand.
and so this will set our E rhyme for this stanza. But yeah, where do you think we should go with it?
Yet doth beauty like a dial hand. So kind of like your beauty's on the clock. So usually after time, it's gone, sort of a thing. But this
Right.
is a special case. And we haven't said usually yet, although I've thought it a lot and I've said it a bit, but we didn't actually use it. So
Okay. So maybe we use usually here.
usually beauty is on the clock.
And that would be 10. I like that. Yeah,
Okay.
let's run with it. Awesome. So let's take a look at line 10 from the original with 10 syllables. It reads,
Steal from his figure, and no pace perceived.
and this will set our F rhyme for line 12 later. But yeah, where should we go with our line 10?
But with you, it stands still. Oh, yeah, frozen in time. But with you, it stands still, frozen in time.
Is that 10? Okay. But
I
with
think-
you, it stands still, frozen in time.
There
That
we
is
go.
10. Yeah. And I love that tie into the clock idea for sure. And like it's standing still, which ties into that defiance, just the imagery there.
Right.
I think ties into that defiance. Are you happy with that?
I'm happy with it, yep.
Great. Let's take a look at line 11 from the original with 10 syllables. It reads,
So your sweet hue, which methinks still doth stand.
where should we take line 11 here?
Sweet hue reminds me of like, you know, a perfect complexion sort of a thing.
Right.
So your perfect complexion seems real to me. Oh, we have to rhyme with clock, right?
Right.
So
I like this idea of doubt with complexion is so clear. I'm in shock. It is 10. Yeah,
Yep.
it does work.
let's
Yeah.
keep it. Let's
Okay.
do it.
Let's take a look at line 12 from the original with 10 syllables. It reads,
Hath motion, and mine eye may be deceived.
and this will also complete our F rhyme. So we're trying to rhyme with time.
Right.
Ooh la la.
I'm not sure I'm seeing this properly, right? Something like
Yeah.
that. So doubting my eyes.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, doubting,
Doubting
my
my
eyes.
eyes.
For
You are out of your prime or older than prime. I don't know. What?
what about doubting my eyes? For you must be past prime.
Which is so horrible.
Yeah. Like, dang. Does that work, do you think?
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Usually, beauty is on the clock, but with you it stands still, frozen in time. With complexion so clear, I am in shock, doubting my eyes, for you must be past prime.
So let's take a look at the last stanza here, the rhyming couplet at the end, lines 13 and 14. We made it a darker, deep purple. Do you remember why?
Because it's such a like a regal color, and it sort of brings the idea of wisdom to my mind, and I just like purple.
And yeah, so let's take a quick listen to the original line 13. With 10 syllables, it reads,
For fear of which, hear this, thou age unbred.
it will set our G rhyme for the couplet here at the end.
Right.
Where do you think we should take it?
So like age unbred. So I guess like people who aren't even born yet, who aren't even conceived yet, I suppose, right? So for those unborn, you should live in fear, but that's missing one.
Should we add something somewhere in there? Or ooh, what about for those of you unborn, live in fear? Oh, that's still one short. I like ending with fear. Like I
Yeah.
think that's a great place to end the sentence.
Yeah. To the unborn soul, you should live in fear.
Yeah, okay. I like how that's sounding. Does that work for you?
Yeah.
Awesome. So let's take a look at the original line 14. With 10 syllables, it reads,
Ere you were born was beauty's summer dead.
Yeah, what kind of direction do you think we should take?
Yeah, like in
the
that
ending
same, I think using words like dead and beauty. And
Yeah.
beauty was dead before, for beauty was dead before you were here. Yeah.
For beauty was dead before you were here.
It's not leave you on a positive note.
No, not at all. It's definitely a heavier note.
For me, my love, you avoid age so well. Beautiful since the first time I saw you. In the harsh winter, I'm under your spell. Through the cycle of seasons, our love's true. The progression of time ever on your side. When for most this enemy takes its toll, like wildfire smoke suffocating our pride. But for you, defiance remains the goal. Usually, beauty is on the clock, but with you it stands still, frozen in time, with complexion so clear, I am in shock, doubting my eyes, for you must be past prime. To the unborn soul, you should live in fear, for beauty was dead before you were here.
Oh,
Shivers.
Shivers indeed. Stay tuned for the next episode where we look at yet another sonnet with our next guest.
One, two, 3, 4.